this is TheFabCritic, and welcome to my channel, the place where you can find honest reviews on today's media from an amateur critic. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's hop in today's video. I've recently been in my K-drama bag, and all I want to do is just watch K-dramas. K-dramas and I have a pretty inconsistent relationship that spans over a decade long, where I can go months of just watching K-dramas and then not watching a single one. What usually brings this on is I get bored and the shows I'm watching aren't exciting anymore. Or in my personal life, I just don't have the time. Who else thought adulthood would be fun? Doing what you want when you want, eating and sleeping whenever, then boom, reality hits. And you realize everything costs money. Absolutely disgusting. Anywho, to escape my reality and responsibilities, I turned on my Netflix and I found a new K drama called Doctor Slump. In this show, we have two characters who were academic rivals in school. Both were very competitive and tried to always one up the other to receive recognition for their smartness. In the first episode, we get to see some of their early life as teens. Then, fast forward, we see the two as adults in their respective fields. From prior early scenes, we automatically assume that the female will be doing well for herself as she performed very well in her academics. May have been very strict on herself, but we all assumed it would pay off. Unfortunately, that was not the case. She is a subordinate for a very rude professor who constantly yells at her and reprimands her any chance he gets. Essentially his punching bag, if you ask me. Then we have the male character who is a successful plastic surgeon influencer or plastic surgeon content creator that is praised for his contribution to the field. He has his own practice and is widely respected amongst his peers. Both are living lives they probably didn't think they would be living as adults. However, they experience separate incidents that will plunge them to the lowest state they've ever felt before. My thoughts on the show so far. I'm here for the story/plot. I enjoyed the first episode and they did a great job laying the foundation because your girl is intrigued. Just a heads up, I've given the characters nickname to not embarrass myself when pronouncing their names. We have Nam for the female main character and Woo for the male main character. Right off the bat, Woo was def set up. There's no confusion here, no question. The question is who set him up and why? Not surprising because he was doing so well and he didn't hide that. Some people like to do well but remain low key, while others like to stand front and center to receive their recognition and praises. But that makes you an easy target. Both choices are perfectly fine to do based on how comfortable you are, and has more to do with how crazy your haters are. To the point their envy will drive them to do anything to see you fail. Just sick. Granted, if you are a low down, dirty dog doing trifling and unspeakable things, I do think the truth needs to be told. And if exposing you is the way to do it, then I have no issues. But that wasn't the case for Wu. It's clear he pissed somebody off from just existing, and this was them checking him. Like, hey, it seems like you're starting to get a big head. Let me remind you of your place. Right now, I have a few suspects. The obvious one is the dude with the glasses at the award ceremony who was asking his peers what's so special about him. Anyone could do what he's doing. There's nothing profound with what he's doing. The definition of a hating ass hoe. The next suspect number 2, is the anesthesiologist. At first, I didn't think too much about his calm demeanor when he was asked, essentially, are you ready to go? To start the operation. He was like, yeah. His dry response just made me think he's one of those monotone people, just one emotion or expression for everything. But when things started to go left and everyone was trying to stop the excessive bleeding, he was the only one who seemed unfazed. Everyone was moving with urgency because someone's life was on the line, and he could care less. This was confirmed to me when Buddy decided to stroll his ass to the patient. I'm talking like he was taking a walk on a sunny day. Not gonna lie, I thought when he unwrapped the bandage from the patient's face, I thought he was going to be like, joke's on you, it's actually a doll, and a camera crew would have popped out stating it was a prank. His nonchalant movement just made me think it had to be a joke. But when he checked the patient's pupils and slowly walked back to his area, I'm like, yeah, he could care less about what is happening. Almost like he would rather be somewhere else. and then she was pronounced dead. Fast forward to the court, I also noticed when the camera panned over to the casino family side, their expression was very much giving, yeah, we got him. Dummy. He's not going to get out of this one. Almost satisfied with the way things were going, almost according to plan. So the casino family members are suspect number 3. Oh, and the prosecutor is suspect number 4, based on him not submitting the drug into evidence, blindsiding them completely. Some may say strategic, but I say fishy. Now let's talk about the situation with Woo's friends. I didn't like how one of his friends turned his back on him. Like, Woo, think he has support, and here you go and sucker punch him. And then question his innocence. Like, are you for real? To me, that's the most disrespectful thing you could do to me. The minute my friend, and I should know this is a friend I believe Woo considered to be a brother. The minute my friend put their hand on me, you're dead to me. We are no longer friends. I'll pretend you don't even exist. It's an ultimate betrayal. Friends are members of your family you actually get to choose. Something about your friend when you guys were getting to know each other made you feel safe and loved, hence why you became friends. Some of y'all, in my opinion, do need to reevaluate the people you call friends. Too many people give out that title too loosely. I'm a big believer that if I wouldn't do that to myself, why do you think you could? If I didn't hit you, why do you think you could hit me? Or if I don't talk to myself disrespectfully, what makes you think you can? It really boils down to the level of respect someone has for you. Only scenario where I'll ever be cool with my friend hitting me is when I'm unresponsive. Bitch, wake me the fuck up. I ain't ready to be judged for my sins in the next life. Get me the fuck up. I repeat, get me the fuck up. Quick story time. I can remember a time in middle school, and this is in the US, I believe 6th grade. I had a close friend who, for this story, I'll name Amy. I remember Amy and I was so close. We used to hang out all the time, even spoke on the phone often. We were joint at the hip. Amy then started hanging out with a girl named Bianca. They hung out, but they weren't as close as me and Amy were. And I remember one day, Bianca, Amy's crush, Corey, and I were outside for recess. And I remember Bianca revealed to Corey that Amy had a crush on him. Bianca didn't do it in a manner to help Amy, it was done to be messy. We all, and I'm saying we all because there were other people that were outside around us, but we all knew Corey's type, and Amy wasn't that. Bianca and the other people who were there that day also knew that. So Corey's reaction was displeased, almost like a, ew, yeah, not gonna happen. Everyone laughed, including Bianca. I didn't laugh because I couldn't believe she would do that. I think I even tried checking her, like, you're wrong for that, as we were walking back, but she just brushed it off. Girl, once I saw Amy, I immediately told her what happened. And I'm like, you shouldn't trust old girl. She's fake. Girl, why did Amy go to Bianca, and I think Corey was there too, and said that she drops my name, you hear me? My name, my govy. So essentially, she's like, I heard from Blink that you guys were talking about me and laughing. Some may not understand this, but Amy fucked up by revealing the name of the person who told her. Me! When someone gives you information that you're trying to confirm, you never reveal the messenger. Doing so makes the messenger look like an instigator. And you're probably like, but aren't you? Yes, I am. But I did not tell Amy to confront them. I told her to be careful around those people, especially Bianca. Dropping the messenger's name makes people not want to trust them. Like, here comes so and so. You know she gonna run her mouth. You know she gonna tell on us. And the worst thing that could happen to a messenger, or you may know them by their other title, informant, they could end up dead. I know some of you guys are like, girl, this is the 6th grade. No, it's the principle amongst friend. And it's never too early to learn how to keep it player, especially when all the messenger in this scenario, me, was trying to do was protect you. Amy did not keep it player. This is how the scenario should have went when Amy confronted the two. It should have went something like this. Hey, I heard y'all was talking about me. What was that about? And let them lie in her face like, no, no, we didn't. And then her, "Oh, that's funny. So you didn't call me ugly or said ew?" And they would be like, "Who told you that?" Because Amy knows the information. She knows I, her best friend, gave her concrete evidence that they said this, right? So then she would say, "It doesn't matter who. Did you or did you not?" Once they get to stuttering, you know they lying. And that's when you proceed to cuss them out or whoop their ass, depending on the severity of the situation. Like I said, Amy did not keep it player and allowed herself to be lied to. They essentially said it wasn't true. Girl, why did Amy believe them? She came to me accusing me of lying and punches me in my arm. Y'all, the way I stood frozen, it wasn't a playful punch, nor was it a punch that pushed me back, but it was a firm punch that had me looking at the spot where she hit in disbelief. Like, did she really just punch me? I should know, Amy is still rambling on, and I could care less. This bitch just punched me. All I said was, "Don't ever talk to me again." And I walked away, and I didn't talk to her for 2 years. I know this because we were graduating middle school by this time. She did, in those 2 years, beg me to talk to her, try to block me, try to do everything. I just did not budge. It was to the point where if she was looking at me, I would look somewhere else. If she came to sit next to me, I would go sit somewhere else. It was to the point I treated her like she didn't exist. In the meantime, she and Bianca did become close, and I thought that was great. Two fake ass bitches bonding. They were practically made for each other. If you want to know what happened between Corey and I around the time he denied everything to Amy, and after Amy punched me, we saw each other through passing in the hallway, and he was like, "Why would you tell her?" I had nothing to say because I was questioning it myself. Like, why did I tell this bitch? I know you're probably like, "You still remember that?" Yes, I will never forget a hoe that did me wrong. I'm gonna hit you with the Michael B. Jordan. Like, yeah, I remember you. If you know that reference, we here. We here. I basically told you this story not to reveal I'm a grudge holder, but to highlight the utter betrayal I felt and the similar feeling I know Wu felt when he realized his best friend isn't his best friend. Wu's friend definitely handled it poorly. If you knew the amount Wu was asking for would put you in a financial bind, then you let him know. If you can't be honest with a friend that you consider to be family, then what are we doing? I think the friend went about it all wrong. To question his innocence, I think that probably hurt more than his punch. It's honestly wild because you know your friend or your brother. Y'all grew up with each other and have spent so much time with each other that you can almost predict what they would do and what they wouldn't do. For instance, if you know your friend likes to steal and they've been stealing since you've met them, you wouldn't be surprised if later down the road you hear they got arrested for stealing. No matter how big or small the theft was, you would be like, "Yeah, that's that sounds like something you would do." Compared to a situation where he's being accused of something that don't sound remotely close to anything he would do. Yes, there is the gray area of you don't really know someone, but there are signs that are telling, unless they're great actors. So for Wu's friend to question the innocence of Wu, I'm like, yeah, that ain't your friend, my guy. The way I would have handled my friend being accused and requesting a lump sum of money to help clear his name. First off, I know my friend is innocent based off us being brothers and me practically knowing him my entire life. He didn't do it. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to talk to my friend and I'm going to tell him I cannot give him the money he's asking for. Whether because you don't have it or if giving him the money will put you in a financial burden. I'll tell him, "I love you. You hear me? I love you, my bro. And I want to support you, but we both can't be sinking right now." And in return, support him in ways that matter. Like make sure he doesn't miss a meal, has a place to stay, has clean clothes to wear, speaking life into him during these trying times, and help figure out a way to get the money he needs. I prefer to support first, and once proven guilty, then a different discussion will be had. But turning on him knowing he's at his lowest, I couldn't fathom doing that to someone I hold in close regard. Shit. It had me questioning if old boy needs to be added as suspect number 5, Wu's friend. Moving on, we have Nam. To sum up her situation, it's almost like When we were kids, we had these far-fetched ideas and dreams we envisioned for ourselves when we become adults, only to actually become adults and not achieve anything we had set out for ourselves. Realizing there are so many factors that come into play. Nam's superior, who is now the new assistant professor, he deserves to be maced. I'm talking bare mace, eyes watering and burning. He can't see. He's losing his vision. You can tell Nam is his punching bag. He loves picking and yelling at her any chance he gets. I won't be shocked if he actually hits her, because the way he looked in disgust at the mere sight of her at the table said all we needed to know. I also think it's crazy that Nam is allowing it. The way I would have reported him to HR, with the quickness. This is, of course, if HR really cared about the workers, because we all know HR is really there to protect the business. If you're experiencing anything Nam is in her workplace, leave or catch a case. In all seriousness, do not let anyone talk to you crazy or disrespectfully, especially if you don't talk to yourself that way. And if you do, let's figure out how we can change that. We all deserve to be spoken to respectfully and out of love. To wrap up today's video, I'm going to leave with my predictions for the show. I believe the two old rivals will work together to solve each other's dilemmas, so figuring out who set up Boo and a new work environment for Nam. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on what was discussed and your predictions. Keep in mind, I'm only on episode 1, so no spoilers please. With that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.